Pretty great night to be a Toronto FC fan. As the geek that I am, I'm at the pub tonight and I'm taking notes for this blog so that I can actually try to talk to you guys reasonably intelligently after the Toronto FC game tonight, where of course they secured advancement into the CONCACAF Champions League for the first time in team history. Where does this game stack up historically for Toronto FC? One could argue that it's probably the most important win in the history of the club. Probably not the most influential win. I think maybe the Montreal Miracle game last year, where they came back, of course, and won the Canadian Championship 6-1, being down 4 goals in Montreal, was maybe a little more special because of the fact that it was first. But I think maybe historically winning their first, and again, they didn't win, they drew 2-2, but for all intent and purposes, it was a win. Winning away internationally, outside of Major League Soccer, outside of Canada, outside the United States, for the first time, is, I think, arguably going to be even a bigger deal than winning our first Canadian championship. So as I said earlier, my notes got a little crumpled when Barrett scored that second goal, and I'll get to that in a moment. Couple of things. First off, of course, when the starting 11 came out, Donnell Henry, the 17-year-old fullback from the TFC Academy, was in the lineup in lieu of Gargan, Usarov, and/or Hiskanovic. Gargan was actually playing in midfield. So we had a 17-year-old starting at fullback, and Honduras actually went right aboard of him. They went right for him really quickly, and lo and behold, 6.5 minutes in, bang, Amado Guevara actually scores. A beautiful header. That was really their first chance and their first goal. TFC had some pretty decent chances off and on, some sensible possession early on, but nothing really of note or any substance when it comes to actually scoring a goal. The Donnell Henry experiment sort of ended at the 30th minute, or actually the 28th minute, according to my crumpled notes, when, of course, he was actually brought off. It was pretty interesting to see actually what happened at that point. He came off, Gargan moved back, Maicon moved up top, and Dero slid from the forward position where he was working with Barrett up top, with not much effect early on, back into the midfield. So Fry made a few saves, of course, in the first half to keep the game close. 3, if not 4, big saves in the last 5 minutes of the first half to keep Toronto FC in the hunt. So when we come to the second half, of course, things really get dramatic. In about, I think it was the 69th minute, Toronto FC actually the 59th minute, I apologize. We had an absolute wonderful goal from Dwayne Di Rosario, our talisman, our captain. Maicon Santos with the absolutely sublime pass through. Diro actually gets in free, doesn't make a mistake. Bang, 1-1. TFC is up on aggregate, and things are actually on the go. Guevara very quickly, again to his credit, scored arguably the best goal of the game. An absolutely fantastic finish. A good friend of mine, Patrick from Ireland, was with me tonight watching the game, and he goes, Tim, he said, 2 keepers wouldn't have saved that goal tonight that Guevara scored. And in retrospect, I think I agree. So there we are. We're 64, 65 minutes into the game. TFC has made 2 substitutions. They're down a goal. They're tied on aggregate. And they need 1 more goal in order to sort of solve things away. What happens? 69th minute, Maicon with an absolutely great ball through to Chad Barrett. And what happens, of course? TFC scores. I'm a big fan, as I'm sure you all know, watching this blog. I think when the dust settles from tonight, no matter what happens in the Champions League, or for that matter in Major League Soccer this season, I think Toronto FC actually securing a place in the Champions League knockout stages is going to go down as the biggest win in the history of the team. I really believe that. I wrote earlier today that you have to learn how to win. Well, I think Toronto FC actually showed tonight that they've learned a few of those lessons. They played with passion. They played with heart. They played without a lot of fear. One of the things, of course, that Canadian fans will know about playing in Central America is the fact that the pitches are usually abysmal, which it was tonight in Honduras. The refereeing is abysmal. You can't count on getting even a remotely decent call from the referees. And let's be blunt, we didn't from the Panamanian refereeing team tonight. So you've got to rely on guile, you've got to rely on heart, you've got to rely on your wits, and you've got to rely on your passion. And I think Toronto FC showed that tonight in absolute spades. Mista came on for Barrett in the 82nd, just after Barrett tied the game late on. Peterson came on a little bit later on as well. There were some pretty horrible yellow cards called on Peterson and on Fry late in the game, which kind of clouded things in my eyes. But overall, where are we? Well, we're in the Champions League. We are in the qualifying stages of the Champions League. We've got 3 more home games against most likely Cruz Azul from Mexico, which are a fabulous side. We've got Real Salt Lake from, of course, Major League Soccer, and most likely a team from Panama, if I'm not mistaken, that we're going to be playing home and away over the next 3 months, on top of the 13 remaining games that we've got in Major League Soccer. I think overall the Daniel Henry experiment was a little bit of a mistake. I'm not going to criticize Preki for actually giving that a try. I think that was certainly a mulligan that I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on. I think overall, from a coaching perspective, he had the right idea, which was to push on, try to score a goal, and be brave, which is exactly what Toronto FC did. So I really hope that you guys are as happy as I am tonight. I think tonight is maybe 10, 20 years down the road going to be looked at as one of the more historic evenings for this brand new franchise called Toronto FC. So again, the next video blog is going to be on Saturday, of course, after the game against Chivas USA at home on BMO Field Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. So you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the win. Come on, you Reds. And we'll see you guys on Saturday after the game. Cheers.